Hello everyone, and welcome back to Poughkeepsie Live. I'm your host, Lauren McCann, and today we have a very special guest on the show. Not only is she a Marist alumni from the class of 1992, but she is the founder and owner of Bella's Home Baked Goods, located right here in the Hudson Valley. Bella specializes in tasty treats such as cookies, brownies, blondies, and their most popular item, biscotti. Please welcome to the show, Deanna Bellacicco. Dee, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah. Now, can you tell us the story of starting up your own business?
Yeah, sure. It was never really in the cards for me until I was working pretty far from home and I was commuting. And then I had 2 children and I thought, I need to stay closer to home. So I developed this business based on my grandmother's biscotti recipe that I used to bake for friends and family and take places with me, and everyone said, you should sell this, it's so delicious. And that's how I developed an idea to raise my children and stayed home pretty much, and then it kind of took off from there.
Yeah, and your bakery is located inside of your garage, correct?
Yes, that's correct. So we built it specifically for Bella's.
Yeah. And how did your experience here at Marist help with your startup?
Well, I was a business major, so that helped tremendously. I had the business background. I was working in administration at a not-for-profit company, organization, and I had a head for marketing. That was my minor here at Marist, so I just took all those skills and developed a passion. So the baking was my passion, and the business side and being here at Marist really taught me a lot of the skill that I needed.
Yeah, and talking about your passion of baking, where did you and when did you develop that passion for baking?
I think growing up in an Italian family, my grandmother's recipe, my mom would make the anise biscotti instead of chocolate chip cookies. So to me, that was very normal, and there was a lot of food in my life. Being Italian, everything was centered around the kitchen and family and food events. So I think it was a natural progression.
And do you have a favorite memory from childhood?
In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Probably Easter. Easter was one of our favorite holidays, and it was a lot of bread baking and cookie making, more so than Christmas.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, what has been the most rewarding part of running Bella's, and why does that moment stand out to you most?
I'm not sure it's a moment. I think the most rewarding part of being in such the spotlight when we go to events and we meet our customers. We run a wholesale business, so we don't get to meet our customers on a daily basis. So when we go out in the public and we talk to people and we talk to our wholesale customers, that's really important to me because I get a lot of great feedback and that propels us forward. Doing this for 23 years, it never gets old. I just absolutely love talking to my customers and hearing what they have to say, and it brings back nostalgia for them too. You know, a lot of my customers remember baking in the kitchen with their grandmother and their mom, and they love my story.
I love that. And can you describe to us the difference between wholesale bakery versus a regular mom and pop shop?
Yeah, absolutely. So early on, I decided that I wanted to do wholesale and not a retail store. So it's not like you can come in and shop at Bella's, but you could order online. The wholesale aspect is to get it out in the public more by wholesaling it to retailers who then sell to consumers. So we do a lot more volume that way.
And I saw via your Instagram, Allison Williams, who just starred in Regretting You, just reviewed your blondie. How was that when she posted that video?
It was amazing. I got a lot of great social media attention and a lot of orders from it. And she also wants to go forward and do some holiday gifting with us. And she thinks we're rock stars when we think she's a rock star. So it was really fun.
That's awesome. Now, can you please describe to us what a typical day looks like?
Sure. So my head baker comes in very early in the morning, usually 4 a.m., and we start right away. We start baking, and then my staff dwindles in after that based on the timing of biscotti. Biscotti is very temperamental in the fact that it needs to be baked twice, so it's very time consuming, and we have to make sure that everything is timed out perfectly.
Yeah. And what challenges did you face in the early stages of launching Bella's, and how did you overcome them?
I would think the biggest challenges were logistics. I think growing a business, servicing your customers, getting more customers, pricing out ingredients, the growth strategy was difficult, but it worked. So the growth strategy, meaning you have to decide like where you are at that moment, and then you have to forecast what your next 3 months will look like, and increase your business based on the staff you have, the ingredients you have. So that made it challenging, but really fun. So for me, that was exciting. So I didn't really ever think it was difficult. It was just the work you had to put in to grow your business.
Yeah. And with the holiday season coming up, would you say that that's typically your most busy time in the bakery?
Fourth quarter is definitely our most busy time. Absolutely.
Do you know off the top of your head how many orders you can possibly range from getting?
Well, just we have some social media spikes, and overnight, last night we got 25 to 35 orders. Oh, wow. So we hand pack every one of them. So we put a lot of time and effort and heart into what we do. Yeah.
And how do you come up with new flavors and new products?
My favorite part of my job.
Yeah.
I try to keep a pulse on what is out in the marketplace at the time, but more so than that, it's funny. I come up with ideas in the shower in the middle of the night, and I think that's a great entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah. I'm always working my business. If I'm not at my place in the bakery, I am always thinking of new ideas and what the need is out there and what our customers request.
Yeah. And if you were to tell your college self something about starting a business and where you are now, what would you tell them?
Take the risk. Yeah, it was worth it. And when you have your passion, you find it, and you always should love what you do. Because you do it for a long time, and you live and breathe it when you're an entrepreneur. So just make sure that whatever you do choose, that you love it.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And is there a flavor of biscotti that you have a personal attachment to or a story to that you want to share?
Yeah, so the anise biscotti was my grandmother's recipe. And that is still my number one favorite. It's very nostalgic for me. It brings me back to being a kid. And I've had other vendors at events come up to me, and other customers, and they literally will cry in front of me to tell me that brought them back as well, because it's such a flavor of people's childhood, I think. And it brought them back to special memories in their life. And to me, that's payment enough. I love that.
Does that come from Italian culture?
Yeah. Yeah, the anise flavor is like a black licorice flavor, and it was very prominent in my childhood, and usually it's in pizzelles and other baked goods.
Yeah. And if you were to start your business today, what would you change? Would you change anything at all?
I probably wouldn't. I am very, very happy with how it's gone for the last 23 years. I think I would just want that same spirit that I had back then, that I do now for it, and the passion and the love for it.
Yeah. And now talking to Marist students and students in general, what do you say to them about if they want to start their own business, but they're finding the struggles and they really are self-conscious about doing it? What would you tell a student?
That do your research.
Yeah.
Make sure that what your ideas are is something that the public needs and wants. And once that happens, you have to put yourself out there, take a risk. It's a big risk.
Yeah.
But if you feel strongly about it and you have the passion for it, I feel like you can accomplish it.
And final question,
Sure.
Is there a funny story from the bakery that brings you memories?
Actually, it does. I had a best friend from college that was going through cancer treatment, and she asked me, do something crazy for me and film it. And I actually did. And nobody in the bakery, none of my workers knew I was doing this, but I actually, and it sounds a little aggressive, but I threw an egg against the wall. And I didn't hurt anybody, but everyone just died laughing because that is so out of character for me. But it made her day, so it was worth it.
That customer and friend must have been so surprised. She probably did not expect that to happen.
No, not at all. And she just thought it was the greatest thing ever.
Well, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have for today. If you're interested in shopping all items Bella's, go to bellashomebakedgoods.com or their Instagram with the same name. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lauren McCann. Have a good night.